Hi everyone, welcome to Bonsai Expression. I'm Christoph, and today I thought we would check out my oak, which is here, overgrown, like everything else in the garden at the moment. Anyway, this has been done for a reason. Not the same reason as this, but it's been done for a reason. So, the oak's been on the channel a few times. It was originally purchased from Birmingham's Bonsai boot sale, which I really struggle saying. I always get it mixed up and muddled up, and it doesn't sound right, but this one we got right. Anyway, so we got it from Birmingham, originally purchased as a stick. Now, over the couple of years I've had it, it's done a bit of fattening up, which is great. This is what we want with our bonsais, a nice fat trunk. But it's only small because we did a big chop on it, and it's got a nice big wound on it. So I let it grow for that reason. I let it shoot out, and now it's starting to round over and starting to heal. But by doing that, it's shot at the top, it's shot out, and then it's got two branches that have come from the same point. And as I always mention, if you have two branches from the same point, it'll cause inverse taper and it'll cause swelling. So these 2 points, like this, I've now got a nice big knuckle like this. I'll show you in a second. So that's not what we want. So two things we've got a healthy benefit by growing it out, so it's rounding off all the big chops, but we've also got an adverse reaction, which is because we didn't pay attention to it. We've got inverse taper. So the inverse taper we can deal with. We're just going to have to make, unfortunately, another cut. So we'll deal with that. I'll get you off the tripod. We'll spin you around, not this many times, but we'll spin you around. We'll get you back down here and I'll show you what I'm talking about so you can actually see, and we'll deal with it as it comes. So let's work on it. Let's bring the tree back in, because as you see by the thumbnail, it's huge. It's got a big spread and it's supposed to be a nice little tiny tree. We're going to keep the length because I want to grow it up a little bit. So I think what we'll do is we'll do a chop and we'll make one of the new leaders, wire it up, keep it going, and bring everything else in. So it's right here. So let's get you on the bench and let's get working on it. I'm not going to put you on the tripod just yet. I'd like to show you inside the tree. So here's the big cut we made, and as you can see, it's starting to roll over quite nicely. If I just spin it around a little bit, you can see from different angles, we've got it there. It's healing, very nice. So there we go. And then if there's little leaves in the way, if I just bring you up through the growth that I said, this, come on, focus in. This here is where we've got the other little cut, and then I add the leader. This is the inverse taper we've got going on there. So as you can see, go on, focus in proper. There we go. So you can see all this nasty swelling going on here. This was supposed to be the leader, and it's growing up in the wrong direction. It's grown off to the side. I mean, we could have tried keep it and have this, but with the amount of swelling, there we go, with the amount of swelling, you can see the big bulge. It's just going to take more cutting, and it's just going to look awful. So just looking into it, as you can see, there's the tree in all its glory. It's just gone wild. It's not even gone wild upwards, it's just gone wild outwards. So let's get it back there. So what I think I will do, quickly looking, as I'm just going to come down to this section, I'm going to cut here this branch which goes, so I've got one that goes upwards here, which goes out as well, comes all the way out here. I'm just going to try and cut and then probably wire that in position. I'll either wire it out and have this as the leader, or I'll try and wire it up and then continue with this as the leader. Either way, this section is going to be now leadering, is that a word? Leader of the tree. And we will get rid of all this section here. It's just not worth messing about with it. It's swollen here because it's tried rolling over the previous cut. All this swelling here. The more I cut out of it, the worse it's going to look, and it's never going to look nice on the tree. It's just not worth the hassle. And if I come down, you can see just the rest of the tree just in here. The base itself is actually getting really nice now. So move that leaf out of the way. Go on, keep spinning. Keep spinning. The leaves are in the way. You You see the base is now starting to get quite wide. We'll have to remove this branch as well. This is all got several branches all coming from the same spot, so they've got to go. But yeah, the tree itself is getting quite wide now. It's filling up quite nicely. I don't think the camera does it quite justice. Oh, and just on just how nice this tree section is. It's, oh, there we go. That's better. So it's getting quite fat. Now, just coming in, may as well just come in and just make that cut. No time like the present. Just hopefully my snips are strong enough to come in and just take this leader off. Maybe we can see focusing. Big cut to remove that whole section. So here we go. It just takes all that off. And as you can see properly, just look at that. Let me just, there you go. You can see it's just not worth messing about with it, and you've got another little branch at the bottom as well. So if we'd have just tried hacking away at that, it just would have been absolute awful, and it just wouldn't be worth it. Basically, it just hacking at it would have just made it worse over time, and we would never have got a really nice looking tree. So there's the cut there. I'm just going to come in and nibble it away a little bit better, make it a bit more flush if I can. So it's not as flush as I would like it, because it's going to die back a little bit. So I'll put some cut paste on it in just a second once we've finished working on it. And then obviously the wire, I will move the tree into position. I think we'll probably try that as the leader. I'll bring, I can just spin the whole thing around. Looks better, there we go. I will put some wire on, and the whole thing, the whole branch doesn't seem to be having an issue bending. So yeah, I think we'll get the whole branch in position. So I'll do that shortly, but I think we'll come in and just do some more trimming up. I'm gonna lose this section as well, because this, excuse me, this here is got multiple branches coming from the same section, and the same story applies. If I try and just take out one bit at a time, it's gonna lead me down the path of making loads of stupid cuts and leaving me lots of scars. I'll just take that leaf out so you can see. You can just see how now leaves everywhere. Come on, there we go. You can just see how much of a mess that is there. It's all just one big blob. Let me just pull that out. It's just one big blob. It's just going to take more time and effort. It's never going to be nice and neat, and it's just going to leave massive scars if I just keep taking one out. So it's just easier if I take this branch off, this knob off from a previous cut, and then this branch as well. So let's start taking those out. Start by removing this part. So you can see already I'm going to have a scar from one branch, and then there's the other branch. Let's move that one out of the way. So you can see this is just going to be, take that section out as well. So it's going to leave a big wound, and there'll be no way of cleaning it up. So it's just best to remove it, cut your losses, start again. There we go. I'm just going to swap tools just so I can nibble out a little bit better. So I've got a set of knob cutters here, so these can dig in a little bit better. Just eat at it. So I'm going to come in, take a nice big chunk out of it. Look at that. So yes, it's going to like leave a nice big chunk out of it, and it's going to be concave. So there we go, you can see it actually goes in, but as that heals, it'll help with the healing because it should round off a little bit better. I'm going to leave this branch, but I'm just going to bring it in so it's not too far out. We'll just move over. I'm going to bring it in just to here. And then I've got this other long branch, as you can see. If I follow up, it goes all the way up there. I don't need it that long, so I'm going to again just come down. I've got a leaf just here, and I'm just going to do directional pruning. Just going to prune it off. I'll come out a little bit. I'm just going to prune it off to here. Again, directional pruning. So it comes out, and then, as I say, we're just going to throw a bit of wire up onto this one. I'm going to make this the leader now. So I'll go do that, and then this will be the tree. So let's just grab some wire, get that sorted out. So a bit of wire. I'm going to connect the top. I'm going to connect the top branch to this bottom branch here as a support. Just like that. And I'm just making sure I'm being mindful. I'm going in between. There we go. Just being mindful, and I'm going in between the leaves. I don't want to damage any of the leaves that we've already got growing here. Now obviously this is the leader, and we're just growing it upwards to thicken it up. We'll probably end up cutting back because we've got a big space between the buds, but that's not to say we're going to keep it like that. We might end up, as I said, we might end up cutting it back in the future just so we've got buds closer in, but for now we just want to position it in the right position. Now we can just move this to whatever position we want. There we go. If we really wanted, we could bring that down. Rather than bring it down, I'm just going to trim it back to that leaf. Let it do its directional pruning. I'm not a fan, as you all know. I'm not a fan, as you all know, of using wire if I don't have to. I do really like clip and grow, and I prefer clip and grow than wiring my trees. I wire where I have to, but I prefer to just clip and grow. It looks more natural. So there we go. My oak is set and ready. Just need to put a bit of cut paste here and here. So I think we'll go ahead and do that. So the cut paste is on the wound, so that'll help prevent any infection or anything getting in there, and it'll help the wound heal as well. We didn't put any on this one and it's doing well, but this one should help better. There we go, so you can see that. And then I'll just come around to this top section here, and I'll drop a bit on the top as well. Just to, as I say, just help the tree along to the heal better, and just to ensure no infection happens. There we go. So that's the top done on that one as well. So there's the 2 wounds, nicely healed. Well, they're not healed, but all sealed is what I do mean. So nicely sealed. And if you're wondering how much came off the tree, that's exactly how much. Looks a hell of a lot more, but it's not. It's just that there's a lot of growth. She looks a bit bare now, but a lot better. So as you can see the trunk. There we go. You can see how nicely fat and developed she's starting to look. And you got to think, there's a lot of moss there, so it's hiding a lot of it. So it's looking really nice. Wired up, giving you a nice apex of the tree, and now it should start focusing on putting some more buds. And you got to remember, oaks put out buds profusely when they've been cut back like this, so it's going to push out loads of buds now everywhere, which is great. So it's all trimmed up, trimmed back, ready for more growth. Now, got to remember, when I let this grow out was to do that big heel because of that big chop, and it's done that really nicely. It's well on its way to healing, and I'm really happy with it. Was I happy with the swelling it caused? Not really, but yes. I'm not bothered about it. It doesn't really bother me, because the main objective with the growing was just to get that big cut starting to heal, and it started to heal nicely. So now I've done that little cut at the top. It's not really bothered me at all. It's a tiny cut. Well, it's relatively tiny cut in retrospective, and now we've got a new leader and it looks really nice. So now we can start developing the rest of the tree from that leader growing up. The rest of the shoots will pop out. As I say, oaks put out millions of buds, so don't worry about that. Really good little tree on the way to the development, and it's looking really cool, so I'm happy with this one. If you like this one, please do give me a thumbs up. I'm looking at getting, let's see if we can get some really good thumbs up today. Let's try and get 20. Let's try and get 20. Anyway, please do thumbs up the video if you liked it, and don't forget to subscribe. And if you do subscribe, hit that notification bell, because yeah, you need to get notified when we go live. And thanks for watching today as usual, and I'll see you in the next one. So thanks for watching, and I'll check you out next time. Bye guys.